What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, Phylly Phil. Once again, thank y'all for helping me reach 25K. Make sure you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and share it out if you can. Okay, I had a caller to call me and wanted to know how much Tim spent in premiums on the insurance policy. So what I'm going to do is go over that part of the indictment where it concerns the insurance policy real quick, okay? So let's get into it, guys. All right, guys. So here it is. There it is. Let's start here. It says, now this is Wally. It says on October 14, 2014, Wally, I'm not going to say his full name, Wally signed the following passage in James Timothy Norman Americo Life Insurance application stating as follows. I hereby certify that I have personally asked each question on this application to the proposed insured, that I have truly and accurately recorded on the application the information supplied by him or her, and that I have no reason to believe that any of the information provided is inaccurate or incomplete. If not, I have set forth my reservations in the agent comments remarks section above. Okay. Number 17, James Timothy Norman and Wally indicated on the Americo Life Insurance application that Tim would be the sole beneficiary on the policy in the event of Andre Montgomery's death. Tim and Wally represented in the Americo Life Insurance application that Norman would pay the premium of $156.04 from his U.S. bank account. Now, this was the Americo. The one that was issued was Forrester's, okay? Then it goes on to say Tim and Wally falsely represented in the Americo Life Insurance application that Andre had an annual income of $100,000. Now, they told the people that Andre was making $100,000. We're on number 20 now. It says Tim and Wally falsely represented that Andre's height was 5'7" and that his weight was 165. We know Dre was a little thick, okay? He liked to eat real good. Number 21 says Tim and Wally represented that Andre was not under the care of a physician. Then it goes on here. Between October the 16th, 2014 and November the 3rd, 2014, representatives of Americo repeatedly attempted to contact James Timothy Norman and Wally via email and telephone with questions regarding the life insurance application, including the reason that Andre could not own the life insurance policy rather than Tim. They wanted to know why Andre couldn't own his own policy. Why his uncle had to own it, if they thought he was his uncle. Number 23 says, on December the 8th, 2014, Tim had obtained a life insurance policy from a separate insurance company. He and Wally withdrew the Americo insurance application, which was still pending at the time. Now we get down here to Forrester's. It says Forrester's life insurance application. On October the 31st, 2014, Tim and Wally caused to be completed and then submitted an application to the Independent Order of Foresters. Hereinafter, we're going to just call them Foresters, by which Tim sought a life insurance policy in the amount of $200,000 as well as an accidental death rider in the amount of $200,000 and a 10-year term rider of $50,000 on his nephew, Dre. My. All right, number 25. The $200,000 accidental death rider would pay out in the event that Andre Montgomery died of something other than natural causes. The $50,000 10-year term rider would pay out in the event that Andre died within 10 years of the insurance policy. Then it says on October the 31st, 2014, Tim signed the following attestation passage in the Forrester's life insurance application. He says, I, as evidenced by my signatures in this application, declare that I have reviewed this application. I have asked every question that applies to me, provided the answers shown in the application to these questions. Then it says there, number 3 says, the statement, answers, and representations contained in the application are full, complete, and true to the best of his knowledge. Number 28 then goes on to say, October the 31st, Wally signed the following attestation passage in Tim's Forrester's life insurance application. Let's see, this is where Wally was lying and being fraudulent. He says, unless specifically stated otherwise in the producer report, I certify each of the following. I am not aware of undisclosed information about the health habits or lifestyle of the proposed insurance or a child identified in this application that might affect insurability. I personally met with the proposed insured owner and each child and reviewed the document used to identify the birth date. I asked the proposed insured, the parent legal guardian, if the proposed insured is a juvenile and or the owner. Each question as written in this application to which an answer is shown and recorded. The answers as given to me by each person. Then it says the application was reviewed by each person, signing the application, signing the signature section before it was signed by the person. They were just lying. Number 29, Tim Norman and Wally indicated in the Foresters Life Insurance application that Tim would be the sole beneficiary on the policy in the event of Dre's death. It says Tim and Wally represented in the Foresters application that Tim would pay the monthly premium, which was $185.16 from his U.S. bank account. On October the 31st, 2014, Tim and Wally represented to the Foresters Life Insurance application that Andre Montgomery had an annual income of $28,000, despite having represented on October the 14th of 2014 that Dre had an annual income of $100,000 in the Americo life insurance policy. You see how they were lying, guys? Come down here to number 32. Tim falsely represented in the Foresters Life Insurance application that Andre Montgomery had a net worth of $200,000. Wow. Then it says, Tim falsely indicated in the Foresters Life Insurance application that his relationship to Dre Montgomery was both his uncle and his employer, when in fact, Tim had no employment relationship with Dre. And it says, Tim falsely indicated in the Foresters Life Insurance application that Andre Montgomery's father was living, that he was 42 years old and healthy, when in fact, Dre Montgomery's father, the brother of James Timothy Norman, had died in 1994. Then number 35 says, James Timothy Norman and Wally falsely represented in the Foresters Life Insurance application that Dre Montgomery had received a regular checkup from the attending physician at the People's Health Clinic in December of 2013. It says, Tim and Wally falsely represented in the Foresters Life Insurance application that there was no other life insurance application pending for the proposed insured with Foresters or another insurer, when in fact, the Americo life insurance policy submitted by Tim and Wally was still pending. Oh, they are some liars. Number 37 says, on November 6, 2014, Foresters issued the life insurance policy on Dre with a face amount of $200,000, an accidental death rider of $200,000, and a 10-year term insurance rider of $50,000. Tim was the policy owner and sole beneficiary. And then it says, on March 16, 2015, Tim and Wally caused to be completed an application to Royal Neighbors of America, herein Royal Neighbors, by which the application Tim sought a life insurance policy in the amount of $249,999.99. And I don't know why they did that, but I'm going to stop there because the Foresters policy is the one that was issued, and that's the one that Tim actually paid on. So the caller wanted to know how much did he pay. So it was issued in November the 6th of 2014. Andre lost his life March of 2016. So Tim paid on that policy from November the 6th of 2014, and I'm going to say through March of 2016. That would make, at $185.16, that would make it, I believe, 16 months of premium, him paying around $2,962.56. If I'm off, I could be off $1 or $2, but I believe that's about how much he paid. And they refunded him his premium. Okay, they gave him the premium back, but he could not cash the policy wait a minute, there was something else I wanted to show. He couldn't cash in on the policy because he couldn't produce what they needed. So when we go back over here, you'll see where it says, let's scroll down. I want to get to the part to where it talks about, it says, okay, we come here and it says number 51. On March 18, 2016, following the murder of Andre Montgomery on March 14th of 2016, Wally placed 2 telephone calls to foresters seeking to file a claim on the life insurance policy Tim owned on Andre Montgomery. So, number 52, on March 21st, Tim contacted foresters twice by telephone, seeking to file the claim on the life insurance policy he had taken out on Andre. It says on March 30th, Wally placed a phone call to foresters lasting 10 minutes and 2 seconds. These people have everything. The feds have the goods. Number 54 says on March 21st, 2016, Tim submitted to foresters via U.S. mail a written claim on his life insurance policy on Andre Montgomery. Oh, he was desperate. He was really trying to get this money. Number 55 says on July 6, 2016, Tim received a letter via U.S. mail from foresters indicating that foresters still had not received the finalized police toxicology and coroner's report necessary in order to process the claim on the life insurance policy. It says between August of 2016 and November of 2016, Tim repeatedly contacted foresters in connection with his attempt to claim the life insurance policy. He was desperate. He needed money. It says on or about September 2018, Tim retained an attorney to represent him in connection with his attempt to claim the foresters' life insurance policy. So if he's getting an attorney, family knew by now, I would think. Don't you think family knew that he had an attorney and he was trying to get money off of Dre? It says the attorney subsequently sent a letter to foresters indicating that Tim Norman had authorized the attorney to file a lawsuit for failure to promptly pay the life insurance claim. On September the 26th of 2019, foresters sent Tim Norman a letter via U.S. mail advising Tim that as of the date of this letter, foresters still had not received all of the documentation required to adjudicate his claim on the life insurance policy. So, guys, as you can see, Tim had no rights to that money. He could not provide the documentation that was needed, but I wanted to show you how desperate he was. He was calling. He even had an attorney to try and sue the insurance company for not paying him promptly when he knows that the insurance policy was fraudulent. Okay. So guys, as you can see, somebody called me, my bad. He was desperate in trying to get that money, but he could not provide what he needed. I wanted to show you guys how he was calling, and he even tried to sue the insurance company. Okay. It's a horrific situation. And once again, I just want to say rest in peace to Andre and prayers to Miss Michelle Griggs. And I hope this answers the caller's question. It was the policy, the premium was $185.16. I estimate that he paid on it for about 16 months and totaling about $2,900. And they gave him that money back, but he did not collect the $450,000. And I'm so glad he didn't. Thank you guys for watching. Okay.
It's been a long, long time, honey, but I know, yeah. Store. Everybody ain't your friend, everybody ain't your partner. I say I got you. Well, just hold it down and keep it solid. And when you're not around, I protect your name, I won't talk about you. Everybody ain't your friend.